NBC Sports puts all the pieces together, blending a tradition rich in memories with innovation and the latest in television technology. Great moments come alive on NBC Sports.
Doubleheader action starts our afternoon as most of you will see Dave Winfield and the Yankees try to hold off the charge of the Indians in the American League East. Or some of you will see Will Clark lead the Giants against the Reds. Then in Game 2, most of you will see Tony Gwynn of the Padres hot off the doubleheader sweep last night of the Dodgers. Or some of you will see Toronto battle Detroit. The Tigers just a half game out of first place in the AL East. But first, NBC Sports presents Major League Baseball, an inside look brought to you by the Miller Brewing Company, sole sponsor of the U.S. Olympic Training Centers, and by Burger King, where we do it like you do it. You are looking at Cleveland Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. They expect another big crowd, better than 50,000. The crowd filing in for the second of this three-game set between the Yankees and the Indians, our major game of the day. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Marv Albert in New York. Welcome to the start of a doubleheader baseball day here on NBC. And coming up on the pregame show, a talk with Indians relief ace Doug Jones, one of the major reasons for Cleveland's success and one of the surprises of this 1988 season. Also, will reveal the final results of our baseball personality poll, who has been deemed most popular and most disliked. We'll be telling you later on. But first, a check of last night's games of note. At Shea Stadium here in New York, Mike Schmidt hit his 536th career home run to tie Mickey Mantle for 7th place on the all-time list. As the Phils beat Dwight Gooden and the first place Mets 3-1, but with Pittsburgh losing, Mets remain 5.5 in front. Dale Murphy had game-winning hits on both ends of the Twilighter. The Braves sweeping the Astros. However, the Dodgers also lost 2 to the Padres. The Dodgers still lead the West by 1. The Reds got a scare when Eric Davis was hit by Atlee Hammaker of the Giants. X-rays showed no fracture. Davis said to be day-to-day behind Danny Jackson. Reds blanked the Giants 6-0. And the Pirates were concerned when Barry Bonds, who came up with this pretty catch, also came up limping and was forced out of the game, but they say that he is okay. The catch of the night last night, Fred Lynn of the Orioles takes one away from Wade Boggs. Birds beat the Red Sox 3-2 in 11. The Hot Royals were finally stopped. Chili Davis led off the 8th with this home run. That's the key blow. The Angels beat Kansas City 9-7. The Royals had won 6 straight, 9 out of 10. So Weston leading Oakland is now 5 in front. Jose Canseco with a 17th to lead the majors. The Athletics going on to a 7-6 victory over Texas in 14 innings. In the AL East, 57,000 in Cleveland last night, second largest crowd in the major leagues this year. And they saw one-time Yankee Ron Kittle hit 2 home runs, sparking the Indians over the Yankees 6-4. Yankees only a half game over Detroit, 2 in front of Cleveland, as Indians relief man Doug Jones did it again. His 16th save, that's 12 saves, his last 12 appearances, 1 short of the major league record. Performances, including 2 more near no-hitters. Incredibly, there have now been 17 no-hit bids this season taken into the 7th inning. Last Sunday, Mike Scott of Houston came within 1 out of pulling it off, but Ken Oberkfell of Atlanta broke it up with 2 outs in the 9th. Scott threw the National League's last no-hitter back in September of '86. On Wednesday, it was Teddy Higuera of Milwaukee who had a no-hitter to the 8th against Seattle, but forced to settle for a 1-hitter, helped by plays like this. Jeffrey Leonard contributing to his new ball club. The most unusual catch of the week. Dave Henderson of Oakland had no idea, but recovers to make the grab. The playful, thievery move of the week. Tim Raines using sleight of hand, trying to pilfer the batting glove of Mike Schmidt. The case of the missing baseball at Wrigley Field. Barry Bonds with the drive to the wall beyond Dave Martinez. Where is it? Umpires say in the ivy, so ground rule double. Pirates say maybe it went over the wall, home run. But the umps were correct. They found the baseball. Nice call, says manager Jim Leyland. The most volatile scene this past week, Orioles manager Frank Robinson not pleased with the call by Al Clark. Robinson got the thumb, and the Orioles lost again. And the winningest pitcher in the majors, Greg Maddux of the Cubs, who became the first 11-game winner by beating the Cardinals. Maddux is now 11 up and 3 down. When we come back, we will have the results of our baseball personality poll. So stay with us.
Had a ball game last week, and the vendor says hot dogs, and the guy at the end of my row says I'll take one, and he starts passing the dollar, and the vendor starts passing the hot dog, and the hot dog and the dollar reached me at exactly the same point. Oh, it's times like that you wish you had a rocket pack on your back, huh? Take it away, Marv Albert and the Tijuana Brass.
Yes, you can see that all that work with Strasburg has finally paid off for Emo. All right, this is it, the moment that you have all been waiting for, perhaps the high point of your week, the announcement of the results of our popularity poll. Now, we asked these past few weeks for you to select the baseball personality that you liked best and disliked the most. First, the most popular. Dale Murphy of the Atlanta Braves has taken the honors. He was described as a father figure kind of a guy who cares about other people, or as Deanne Merritt of Plantation, Florida wrote, "It's a pleasure to watch this good, kind man play ball." Now, despite the fact that he has struggled this season, Dale pulled in the votes following a string of superstar seasons. This year, Dale hitting only .233, which led to this reaction when we told him of the fan vote.
And, it feels good. Starting to wonder myself. I was thinking maybe they were polling this year's National League pitchers to find out who was the nicest guy. But it is a great thrill, and I'm honored.
Dale overcome with emotion when he learned that he topped our poll, but he did pull himself together. For the record, the runner-ups were Wade Boggs of the Red Sox, Don Mattingly of the Yankees. One of the more intriguing vote-getters, Gary Carter of the Mets, finished within the leaders in both liked and disliked. But it was Yankee owner George Steinbrenner in a clear-cut victory in the category of most disliked. George beating out the likes of Billy Martin, Pete Rose, and umpire Dave Pallone by a solid margin. Now, we invited George onto today's show, but he declined the invitation. Incidentally, Houston pitcher Bob Knepper made a late run in the dislike category, but fell short. You may recall Knepper's sexist statements concerning umpire Pam Postuma, and last week he called the National Organization of Women a bunch of lesbians. At a news conference later today, Bob will apologize for those comments. We'll hear his remarks on one of our updates. He says that he was just joking. Well, that is it for the pregame show. Doubleheader day of baseball here on NBC. I'm Marv Albert in New York. Thanks for tuning in. Baseball coming up after these messages.